Hi guys, I'm Ryan from Reading With My Eyes, and I have another book review for you guys. This is one that just came out recently. It is Devil Inside by Clay McLeod Chapman. I have met Clay McLeod Chapman. He is awesome. Devil Inside is a horrormance, a horror romance. It is about a man that falls in love with a body-swapping demon. And if that doesn't say love, so his love can't be skin deep. It has to be below that. His thing is he has to love the person inside. Her thing is she has to learn consent about jumping into bodies. You know, she can't just keep doing that. That odd romance, Chapman has to make it romantic, and he does. It's really weird and interesting. Like there's that typical go into an art museum, and it's a really great scene of this person body swapping all these people, and he's trying to find out who the real person is, and it's a really cute scene, but it's just kind of crazy. It's a horror, so there is that horror element. I wanted a little bit more horror, but there is some horror element. There is basically other demons that see something in Jordan. He's the main guy. He has had a near-death experience, and he took a part of the afterlife with him. He sees melted faces around. He tastes ash. He has tasted death, basically, and these demons are kind of attracted to that. Chapman has a lot of fun with song titles that he drops and song lyrics that he drops in as dialogue. Devil Inside is by NXS, which is a great song, and so it's definitely 80s and 90s. He has a lot of fun with Kylie Minogue song, which I don't know her catalog too much, but I know at least one song, and he has a lot of fun with that one. And there's definitely some George Michaels in there and a lot of other stuff. I did read an ARC, so that stuff might change a little bit of what songs he did use, but he used a lot of songs. So a little bit of my problems with the book. The book is not perfect. The pacing could have been a little better at times. Clay writes definitely Lilith in staccato, which is very short sentences. If you don't know, that's like, I lived, I died, you know, like that. Just really quick sentences. And so you're kind of a floating head because she's body swapping, but we don't get anything tangible. We don't get any descriptions of what the world is like. So you're kind of a floating head, just floating around. And it was like 20 pages of that. It was a little too much. You get Jordan's perspective, and Jordan is a bike rider, and he's riding through the city, and you're kind of like almost a floating head of that. I know it's connecting them, but it's like it was just too much up front of not descriptions and not working on describing them and their world. It was more describing the inside of them and their brain and how their brain works, and that was a little too much, especially at the beginning. But the book does get tangible later, but that was just a lot at the beginning. So the book does have two plots. Basically, the A plot is the love story between Jordan and Lilith. And the B story is these other demons are attracted to Jordan too, and they want to they say taste him, but it's like, you know, it's like sample him. That part you're seeing in the background of the story, but it doesn't actually go to the surface until 85%, and that was just too much. You start seeing a little stuff at 65%, and I was like, okay, cool, we're going to get to this part, and then it goes away, and then it's like it comes back at 85, and then it's really important to the plot and the story, and it was just too long. The book does save itself though with a great ending that I was not expecting, and it was great. It's about consent, it's about sacrifice, and it was amazing. This book does have one spicy scene that was disturbing. This is the second book that I've read that had a spicy scene that was disturbing. Thank you, Headlights, and thank you, Devil Inside, for giving me two of those perspectives. All right, so my ranking for Devil Inside is 3.5 out of 5. So I was actually going to rate this a 3 out of 5, but the ending saved it, and I did bump it up 0.5. But Clay is a good writer, and you know what? He doesn't always hit, but he takes chances, and that's what I want in an author. Same thing with C.J. Lead as well, since I already talked about her. They just take chances, and I like that. They don't do the same thing over and over again, so I really appreciate that. And I'm Ryan from Reading With My Eyes. Thank you guys for watching this review. If you guys could like, subscribe, all that stuff.